today. But I have with me a doctor who was part of this team, successful surgery that was conducted at AIIMS, the Chief Surgeon, Dr. Asuri Krishna. He's the Additional Professor of Surgery at the Department of AIIMS. First of all, Doctor, thank you for speaking to us here on Republic. How rare is this for a child to be born with 4 feet? And how did you and your team go about conducting the surgery successfully today?
Okay, so this is actually a very rare condition. You must have heard of what we call the Siamese twin or the conjoined twins, where the two twins are attached to with a part of the body. So that is 1 in a million. So this is even rarer than that, maybe accounting for even less than 10% of those cases. So where actually one of the twins is incomplete. Yes. So it is only a part of his body is developed, and it is taking his blood supply and nutrition from the host, that is the healthy kid.
Correct.
So the challenge was to basically identify where this kid was attached, where this parasitic, what we call in quotes the parasitic kid, was attached to this healthy kid, and to be able to successfully detach it from the kid without causing any damage to the healthy kid himself.
Yeah. So how complicated was it, and for your team to conduct the surgery on the child?
Yeah. So as I've already told, it's a very rare case. I don't think so many have seen this case. My career is around 25 years. This was the first time I saw this case. So obviously there is not much written in the books about these cases. So we had to make our own plan. So it was a team effort. We got the radiologist who did the CT angiography to see where exactly the attachments are and what other things were there inside the kid. We had the anesthetist team. We had our plastic surgery team also on the standby in case we need to do some reconstruction. It was a complex case. So first thing, patient had to be put under general anesthesia. And obviously the positioning had to be good because he had such a big thing hanging in front of his abdomen.
Yeah.
But we were able to successfully achieve that. We detached the limb first from the from his abdominal wall. It was actually deriving his blood supply from one of the big arteries of the chest, what we call the internal mammary artery. So as soon as we cut off the blood supply, there was a fall in blood pressure of this kid intraoperatively, but the anesthetists were able to manage and we were able to maintain his blood pressure. Once we were able to detach this limb, we went inside his abdominal cavity and we found 2 large cysts inside the abdominal cavity. It looked as if part of the parasitic twin's body was inside his abdominal cavity, but it was not functioning. So it was not attached to anything. We were able to separate it from the intestine, the liver, and we were able to successfully get out. And I think so we were fortunate enough that there was no sharing of intestine and liver between the parasitic twin and the host here.
And how's the child doing now?
Oh, child is doing pretty well, and he's so relieved. You can just imagine among the social problems that he was facing. He was a social outcast. He was being ridiculed upon, laughed upon. He had to drop out from school at a very early age. But after surgery, he's so happy because there's nothing now hanging. He's able to go back to his work. I think so. He's planning to go back to his school, and his parents are really, really happy, really thankful.
Fantastic. Congratulations once again, Dr. Krishna, and to your entire team at AIIMS for this successful surgery. And thank you for speaking to Republic.
Perplexity, the AI-powered search engine company, just made a big move. They're launching a new web browser called Comet, designed to take on Google Chrome's dominance. Comet's claim to fame: it's an agentic browser using AI to automate tasks and make browsing a breeze. Question is, will it be enough to dethrone Chrome? And of course, we're not letting you miss out on anything that's topping the charts today. Here's a look at hot trends. Mahashivratri celebrations have kicked off in Valsad, Gujarat with a massive 36-foot tall Rudraksh Shivling. The incredible structure, made from 36 lakh Rudrakshas, has been recognized by the India Book of Records. Thousands of devotees are flocking to Wankal village to catch a glimpse of this spiritual wonder created by Sant Batuk Maharaj. Take a a step back in time and gaze at this stunning panorama of the lunar surface. Captured by the legendary Neil Armstrong, this photo was taken at the Tranquility Base during the Apollo 11 mission. In fact, it's been over 50 years since Armstrong, Michael Collins and Edwin Buzz Aldrin made history by landing on the moon on 20th of July 1969. A disturbing video has surfaced online showing a man forcing a live fish to drink beer. The footage sparks outrage and raises concerns about animal abuse. The video, shared on Instagram, depicts a man holding a rohu fish and tilting a beer near its mouth. While some viewers found it amusing, many others condemned the act as animal cruelty. President Trump had a fun moment with the press corps during a press conference at the Oval Office, where he ended up offering them red baseball caps with the tagline, "Trump was right about everything." Trump even teasingly singled out a journalist, questioning whether he was allowed to accept one. Pilots on a Southwest Airlines Flight 2504 attempting to land at Chicago's Midway Airport were recently forced to abort landing to avoid another aircraft crossing the runway. A webcam video doing the rounds on social media captured the moment where aircraft is first seen approaching the runway before abruptly pulling up. A few seconds later, a small jet crossed the same runway. NASA astronaut shares images using his orbital sidereal tracker from Dragon Crew 9 vehicle that presents views of the Milky Way, atmospheric airglow, aurora, including the soon-to-rise sun over a cloudy Pacific Ocean via time exposure. NASA's X-59 quiet supersonic aircraft is making waves. Recently, it completed a series of engine performance tests, and the results are completely stunning. During the tests, a photographer captured a rare visual phenomena, Mach diamonds. These diamonds occur when the pressure of the gases exiting the nozzle is less than the ambient air pressure. The X-59 is part of NASA's Quest mission, which aims to reduce the loud sonic boom associated with supersonic flight to a gentle thump. President Trump has announced plans to introduce a new visa program, something he's calling the Gold Card, aimed at attracting wealthy foreigners to the United States. For a hefty fee of $5 million, individuals can apply to become lawful permanent residents. Trump claims this program will bring in quote-unquote very high-level people and potentially help reduce the national deficit.
You have a green card. This is a gold card. We're going to be putting a price on that card of about $5 million, and that's going to give you green card privileges plus. It's going to be a route to citizenship.
Moving on to another story that would make medical history. Meet Devendra Barlewar, an Indian scientist who's made headlines with his remarkable journey. He recently underwent his third kidney transplant and now lives with 5 kidneys. The complex 4-hour surgery was performed on 8th of January 2025 at Amrita Hospital in Faridabad. Devendra's resilience and medical advancements have indeed given him a second chance at life. My colleague Tanisha spoke to the lead surgeon in the case. Take a look at their conversation.
I'm being joined by Dr. Anil Sharma. He is a senior consultant at the Department of Urology in Amrita Hospital. Thank you very much, Dr. Anil, for joining us here on the broadcast. Now, it's a very rare medical situation that we see here. What I want to know from you is, what are the implications of having 5 kidneys in one body?
No, there are no, after the successful transplant, there are not many implications. As he is doing very well now. So just presence of extra 4 kidneys will not have any serious implication on his health in the long term.
Right. So you're implying that the kidneys, after, even if he has extra kidneys, will not have any implications. But are we expecting any medical reaction to take place just in some moments from now, or maybe after a year or so?
No, actually, all the danger which he can face is in the initial first month only after the transplant. So after 1 month of transplant, as he has done well, now there are no major implications. But in the initial post-operative period, definitely he had so many risks related to immunology, because the presence of extra kidneys can generate an immune response in his body which can reject the fifth kidney.
Right.
So that was the major risk. So now after 1 month, and especially after 3 months, there won't be any additional risk because of those kidneys.
Right. What I want to also know from you is that what are the challenges that came your way while you were doing the surgery, and how did you overcome them?
The major challenge was because he is a thin-built person, and there was not much of space in his abdomen to place the fifth kidney. And also he had an incisional hernia from previous transplant. So that was also a major difficulty in reaching the place.
Right.
And he already had 4 kidneys. So we did not have any raw blood vessels where we could anastomose this fifth kidney. So to create a space for fifth kidney was difficult. So we went deep inside his abdomen, where we had to anastomose these blood vessels to the biggest blood vessels in the abdomen.
Right.
So that is how we achieved success. And after surgery, he did really well.
Right. One last question, Dr. Anil, before I let you go. Is this one of the rare cases that you've attended? If yes, and if no, what were the past cases that you've attended, if any, in this case?
No, I have not done any such surgery in the past, but I have heard only a very few cases occasionally, that too from live donors. From cadaveric or deceased donor, I have heard it first time only. So this was the case.
Thank you very much, Dr. Anil Sharma, for joining us on the broadcast and sharing the insights.
Trouble for Air India just doesn't seem to end. Days after Union Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan flagged the poor service of Tata Group-owned Air India, BJP national spokesperson Jaiveer Shergill handed the national carrier Oscar Awards in the Worst Airlines category in a strongly worded post on X. Shergill expressed his frustration following a recent flight experience. He said, and I'm quoting it here, "If there was an Oscar equivalent for Worst Airlines, Air India would win hands down." He has left the internet divided as many jumped to go all guns blazing with their comments on Shergill as well as the airline's company. Meanwhile, Air India has apologized to Shergill for causing any inconvenience. In fact, this is not an isolated incident with Air India. From broken seats to dismissive crew to reports of missing luggage, passengers have seen it all. Not just that, there have been constant complaints about the quality of the food, delayed customer services, last-minute cancellations, and non-functional in-flight entertainment screens. In a fast, pacey format, let's also get you to round with other things that are breaking the internet this evening. Take a look at Fast Takes. Ex-Pakistan cricketer Wasim Akram slammed his home team for playing archaic cricket in the present era. His frustration was further visible when he mentioned an incident involving a drinks break during the India vs Pakistan Champions Trophy match. There was a table set full of bananas for the home team, to which Akram said, and I'm quoting him, "Even monkeys don't eat so many bananas." This comment has sparked widespread criticism directed towards Pakistan's cricket team.
ਪੂਰੀ ਟਰੇ ਆਈ ਏ ਕੇਲਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਐਨੇ ਕੇਲੇ ਤੇ ਬਾਂਦਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਖਾਂਦੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਖੁਰਾਕ ਹੈ ਨਾ
Fans are feeling bad for Katrina Kaif after a new footage of hers from the Mahakumbh surfaced on social media. The video shows fans getting too close to the actress and her family members while they're headed to take a holy snan at the Triveni Sangam. After this entire episode came to light, some fans have even spoken out in defense of VIP culture. Pakistan's new Gwadar International Airport is a shiny new facility, but it's also yearly empty. The $240 million project funded by China was supposed to be a crown jewel in Pakistan's economic development plans. Instead, it's raising questions about whether it was even worth the investment to begin with. Locals in Gwadar are still struggling with basic necessities like electricity and clean water. So was a massive airport really the priority at this time? Shanghai-based designer Guo Qingshan Vacation Images captioned it, "Puppy Mountain has set the internet ablaze. It has become a sensation in China and even created a tourist destination." Reportedly, rapper Kanye West is making efforts to salvage his marriage with Bianca Kensori. Meanwhile, Bianca is talking to attorneys and telling pals her marriage to Kanye is all but over. Taking to social media, a source even revealed this was Kanye's worst nightmare given his inability to handle rejection well. Now, leaving you with the breathtaking visuals from Mahakumbh, where the Indian Air Force fighter jets engaged in a mesmerizing flypast on the final day of the Mahakumbh. The grand show marks the conclusion of the 45-day-long world's largest human gathering, which began on Posh Purnima, which is the 13th of January. Watch these stunning visuals as I bid you goodbye.
आपकी प्रतीक्षा कर रहे हैं। संजय चटर्जी, मौसा पोंगली के रहने वाले संजय चटर्जी।
Biggest ever gathering of humanity. Mahakumbh magic unites nation like never before. Of tonight at 9 p.m.
Limitless India Youth Hackathon. Call for entries. Category 1. Science, Technology and Space.
I'm excited to hear about the proposals that have been submitted at the Youth Hackathon at the Republic Plenary, and I can't wait to see them and discuss them and look forward to transforming India with these limitless possibilities.